We are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Eric and Liz show. And we'd like to know how you guys are doing.
How are you?
We are live. Hello. Hey, Eric, how's it going? How's it going,
it's
Eric?
Going well. It's going well. And I'm like, I've put our recording on too. I'm like, everything the same time, with that little delay.
Mm-hmm.
So, when we go live on YouTube, it still throws me off. I don't know why. I think, next time I start recording first on the cloud and then we do it.
All right.
It's been a while.
Right. It feels like we haven't done a show in quite some time, but we just did one last Thursday.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
And
Yes.
how is your son?
He's doing wonderful. He's actually still here. He's still here. He'll be leaving in a couple of days. Yeah, he'll be leaving. And we had a wonderful time. I've truly enjoyed myself with my son. Absolutely. That's right. I wasn't here last Thursday. That's why it feels like an eternity.
That's good, but we were there. Okay. So let me have a look here. We have Mary Johnson joining us.
All right.
Okay.
Hi, guys.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Mary. How are you doing?
I'm great. How about yourselves?
Oh, we're
Very
doing
well,
great.
very
Thank you
well.
so much for joining us.
And my colleagues?
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
We're doing good. We're doing well.
Well, it's definitely good to see you, and I see Vasella has joined us too. So, Vasella, if in the meantime you have something to ask, in this segment, please just raise your hand and ask your questions. And looking forward to your segment, Vasella. And
Yes.
Mary.
Yes.
So you work for St. Paul's, and could you just give our viewers a short recap of what St. Paul's is about?
I would love to do that. And may I share a screen?
Of course you may.
Perfect. Let's see if I have that. Yes. There we go. That.
There you go.
Can you guys see that? Okay. Well, I am a community outreach for St. Paul Senior Services, and I love this part of my job because a lot of times people don't know about us. I know, Eric, you're probably familiar with us through Rotary and my activities there. But St. Paul's Senior Services has been in San Diego since 1960. We are celebrating our 60th year this year. So it's our diamond year of serving seniors through our programs, communities, and services. So I like this particular PowerPoint because, let me skip down to that, because it gives you an idea of all the programs, communities, and services that we offer. Genesis and Lizette, I'm going to let them introduce themselves, but they are our St. Paul's Plaza experts. And Eric, I know you're probably most familiar with that particular community, so I thought we might focus on that for today, if that's okay with you guys.
Oh, that's totally
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, super.
It's really, we want just to give our viewers an idea what senior care is about. Because, you and I, especially, we're getting in that age group, where you have to look a little further, than your 64th birthday. And it's just that time, and I think it very interesting. And like we touched on it, in a small discussion that we had just recently, And I hope we want to cycle back to that. It's like for people which live like in a senior community in a trailer park, that might be an alternative.
Of course.
Mhm.
Yes, definitely, definitely. Well, we are one option. St. Paul's offers, like I mentioned, programs, communities, and services. Our communities that Genesis and Liz will share a lot of detail on, and what that includes when somebody, or what that looks like when somebody lives in a retirement community. But we also have communities up in the Bankers Hill area, and we have a particular program called PACE. I don't know if either of you are familiar with that, but that too is another option as we age. The acronym stands for Program of All-Inclusive Care for the Elderly, and it is a healthcare program for low-income seniors. And it provides everything from I say from soup to nuts. So all that means is it allows that senior to age in their own home, but receive an umbrella of services through St. Paul Senior Services. And we've been offering that program since 2008. You have to be on Medi-Cal or Medi-Medi. It is completely free. It provides doctor visits, special.
Mary,
Yes.
What's Medi-Medi?
Oh, Medi-Cal and Medicare.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I understood Medi-Medi. Okay, sorry.
So all in a nutshell, that particular program has changed many people's lives from being able to live at home and rather than being in a skilled nursing community. So that's an incredible program.
Wow, that's awesome.
Mhm.
That's really good, because
And
that's very much needed.
Oh, so needed. And so many people would like to stay in their own home and age in place. And that program allows that. We have about, I think we're about 1,000 seniors in that program now. And we serve Chula Vista, El Cajon. And we have centers in Chula Vista, El Cajon, downtown, and our newest is in Encinitas. So it really does change people's lives when they get into that program. So I don't want to take up a whole bunch of time on that, because I know what you really want to get at, Eric, which is like what you said, is as we get older, what are our options? What should we be looking at? And it truly is a very individual kind of tailoring. It depends on your state of health. It depends on your level of income. What is your budget? A lot of different things. And I am going to defer to my experts here from the plaza. And you're more than welcome to ask them a bajillion different questions, because they are experts.
Okay.
So if you guys want to introduce yourselves.
Yes, of course. Hello, my name is Genesis Martinez, and I'm a sales specialist here at St. Paul's Plaza. I've been with the plaza for 4 years.
All right, welcome.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Lizz Schultz, and I too am a sales specialist here at St. Paul's Plaza, and I've been here for 5 years now.
All right.
So how many staff members care like for each residence?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Okay, how many staff members, care for each residence?
Yes, so in our assisted living, we have about a 1 to 10 ratio, and in our memory care, it's roughly 1 to 6. And we do a lot of consistency with our staffing, so we try to make sure to keep the same staff in the same areas. It just helps everybody work together so much better. It helps the residents because they keep seeing that same familiar face, and it also helps our staff because we get to learn more about our resident, their routines, and what to expect.
And one of the great things about our community is that we have nurses here in our community 24 hours. We have certified nurse assistants, we have LVNs, med techs, and our director of nursing, she's a registered nurse. So we do assist residents with medication, with their personal care, with dressing, bathing, grooming. We provide the 3 meals for assisted living, housekeeping services, and we also do diabetic care.
Wow, that's awesome.
sorry, if I can just cycle back to memory care. You mentioned memory care. So you deal with Alzheimer's and dementia patients?
Yes, that's correct. We do have a secured area for those who may have Alzheimer's or dementia, and it's a safe space. It's a homey, friendly environment that we've developed based off the greenhouse project, and it's just laid out so that whenever a resident opens their apartment door in memory care, they see a living room or a kitchen or a dining room. So it helps the resident feel more at home as opposed to giving it an institutional feel.
Right, right. I actually have a question too. I want to go back to the PACE program.
Yes.
How do you qualify and how long does it take to get involved in that? How long does it take the senior to, you know, get those services?
We actually have enrollment specialists that will go to their homes and will help them fill out the paperwork. It takes about 45 days for someone to get approved in our PACE program. And I don't know if I mentioned this as well. That's good medicine, Eric. They provide transportation as well.
That's my medicine.
Oh, wow. So they take the clients to the doctor as well?
No, the clients come to our clinic and they come to our center and they go to our doctors. If they need to see a specialist, then they will be driven to the specialist. But we have doctors at each one of those clinics and they come there for the day. And the really awesome thing about that is they come, they get their services, they have a hot lunch, and then they also do socialization. So they may play bingo, they do karaoke, but it's a great socialization piece for, you know, seniors are at home and they don't get out a whole bunch. So we provide that through the PACE program.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome.
It's an amazing program.
So what's the age limit? And I mean on the younger side. Obviously, you know, I guess there's no age limit as long you're mobile. I guess I don't know. Say what's the youngest, what's the oldest?
Well, our youngest resident is probably about 58 years old, and our oldest resident is 101 years old. But our average age here in the community is about 82. We do take residents starting as young as 55 and up. Sometimes independent people will want to move in just because of the opportunities that a community like ours presents with the socialization, with the not having to worry about maintenance of a home or condo. So people really like just to know that things are being taken care of, and it helps them maintain an independent lifestyle for even longer because they don't have these things they're having to worry about and take care of. The nice thing about our community is we do have the independent living, assisted living, and memory care in a separate secured area. We actually also have called aging in place. So let's say somebody moves in as an independent resident, but later in the future needs assisted living services, they're able to stay in their same apartment without having to move, which is really nice for the resident because, you know, in our later years, we don't want to have to move more than once if we don't have to. So the fact that all those services can just be brought to them makes it really nice and easy for the resident in that transition.
And it's nice because for our independent residents, they want to be prepared in case of an emergency. They know that in the community, we have nurses available. And then for assisted living, we do provide assistance with their personal care, with their medication management. We have different activities, engagement, fitness. We also have different amenities, which residents have access to. We have a saltwater therapy pool, we have a dance studio, we have a fitness center, we have a chapel. So a lot of great amenities that residents can enjoy. As at home, they can't really do much. So our community is really great for socialization. Okay,
cool. You guys take couples as well? Like married couples? Does that ever happen?
Yes, do. We actually have several couples in our community, and very independent, very active. We also have residents that like to volunteer, help with activities. We have chair exercises where residents are instructors. So it's very fun, and it engages them and motivates them to still stay active.
Right. That's awesome. That's really
Well, that sounds great, but you know, it also sounds very expensive. So, where, you know, what's the price point? Where does it start? What I don't want to say what's reasonable, but where, you know, okay, say obviously I qualify age-wise already, so that's one thing. So what would my options be?
So it depends. We do have different apartments. So for independent living, our studio apartments are starting at 2,540 a month. And that does include 2 meals a day, bi-weekly housekeeping services, linen service, local transportation, activities, and access to all of our amenities. The studio apartment does come with a small kitchenette, a small refrigerator, a microwave, a walk-in shower, emergency call-out systems in the bedroom and in the bathroom. And if residents want a one-bedroom apartment, our one-bedroom apartments are starting at 3,300. They do come with the full kitchen with a stove, a dishwasher, a bigger size refrigerator. And we also have one bedroom with a den. Our one bedroom with a den are starting at 4,530 a month. And we also have 2-bedroom apartments. And that's our largest apartment. It's about 1,239 square feet. And our 2-bedroom apartments are starting around 6,400 a month.
So, I mean,
pretty interesting.
I do have to say, I mean, just hearing it that way, I mean, when you see what a studio one bedroom costs, say, just in downtown San Diego, I mean, you are in the price range if you would just rent. And just let me recap that I understood that right. So you say 2 meals a day are included?
Yes, correct. So for independent living, the apartment does include 2 meals a day. We have a beautiful dining room downstairs and a pub. So what is great about our meals is that residents can choose what meals they want for the day. So today they can come down for breakfast and lunch, and tomorrow lunch and dinner. And they also have the option to still cook in their apartment.
Wow. So you also have a pub, so I can drink and walk to my studio. You know, that's a very important thing.
All day at the pub.
Be careful,
Yeah.
I might. Wow. I do have to say, I mean, this is actually a very great value.
It is. It is.
Definitely.
So,
If you're looking at a studio apartment at 2,540 and you just think about, well, I don't have to buy as many groceries because my meals are included, all of my utilities except for the cable is included. So you're not spending as much in other areas where you would typically do so if you were living in your own home.
wow, that's pretty amazing.
Okay. So how are you guys handling this with the coronavirus with some of your clients? Are they able to have visitors, or how does that work?
Well, currently we're very blessed and fortunate to be able to say that we haven't had any of our residents have the coronavirus. So we're very happy to be able to report that news. We are definitely taking extra precautions because, as you may know, our senior citizens are a little bit more vulnerable to COVID-19. So we make sure that all of our staff is screened regularly. We take their temperatures. If anyone has had any symptoms or come into contact, we always make sure they stay home and they don't actually enter the building. if anyone has had COVID, as far as staff, we require 2 negative tests before they can actually come back to work and re-enter the facility. And currently, we're not allowing for visitors into the building, but family and friends do have the option of visiting their loved ones on these nice little visitation stations that we've set up on the outskirts of our building. So it's a nice space where they can still see each other, but we have 6 feet distance that we require. We require them to wear their masks. We have set up plexiglass in between the resident and the visitor, because the most important thing is all of our residents' safety.
And we're also scheduling Zoom calls. So that's also another option that we have. So we have our visitations outside, and we also do the Zoom calls with our families.
That's neat. That's cool.
Wow.
Our,
I'm like, shall I move or shall I not? Well, put it that way, I think my wife would be very mad at me if I would do that. But I'm like, if I would be one of those really incrusted bachelors, I'm like, come on, this is like ideal.
Yeah, so part of the call, you don't have to wash any dishes. So
yeah.
And you can start the show at the plaza.
I love it. So, okay, here I am. I move in. I've lived there for, say, I move in with 60, live another 40 years. I'm hitting 100. Getting really, really sick, and will have to have hospice care. How would you handle that?
So we definitely do hospice care in our community. Our director of nursing will do an assessment. We have different care packages. For hospice, our level of care will be our diamond care, which includes more extensive care and hospice support. So we will have hospice support in our community, but of course, the director of nursing has to do an assessment, do a care plan, and talk to the families about that stage.
So how much would they be a plan I could or an insurance I could pay in, that I would have not to think about that when it comes to it, like an advance payment plan or something like that? Because obviously if it comes to it, I might not have the money anymore, but beforehand I might have it.
Planning.
Definitely. So we actually do a financial disclosure form that our administrator reviews, just to make sure that we are financially a fit for those who are inquiring. Because the last thing we want to do is have someone move in and then have their funds run out, shortly after. So we want to make sure that for them and for the company that it is a fit financially. And if we aren't a fit financially, we do offer a lot of different resources and assistance to help find a place that is a financial fit. So we definitely take that into consideration. We also help the residents with a couple of different opportunities. Some residents have opted for the PACE program, and that's been really helpful for them. Some residents do qualify for Veterans Aid and Attendance, which can also help facilitate a longer stay here at the plaza with more assistance. And we also have a lot of families that will sometimes either maybe sell a home or they'll contribute all together. So there are plenty of options to look at if someone is concerned with the financial aspect of it all.
Eric, one other thing to add, you're young enough to get long-term care insurance. That's another resource that we have from when our residents move in. If they need that care as they age in place, then the long-term care policy covers quite a bit of that.
So how much would a long-term care policy be?
It really varies from policy to policy. I think it's a daily rate, right, you guys? Yeah. And hey, can you kind of give a range of what you typically see, roughly?
Yeah, so like Mary said, it really does vary. It depends on the individual's policy, how much coverage they've opted for, how long they've been paying into it. I would say for most people, it covers anywhere from like 100 to 250 a day.
But how much does the policy cost?
That all depends on age and health and what time you purchase the policy. And it can really, ideally, people start purchasing that at about 50.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I'm already late.
You're late to the party, but hey, you got a pub and you're safe from COVID.
You can double up.
Having you on the program seems to be very self-serving here.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So can I ask another question about, I'm still on the PACE program. How do you guys promote that? Because I really think that's an excellent program.
Oh, believe me, I'd be happy to get some materials. I would be happy to get materials to you. I have brochures, and the point of contact here in South Bay is a woman by the name of Martha Ayala, and she is just a dynamic, just has the heart as big as the planet of assisting people getting in the program. Liz and Genesis are very familiar with Martha. She is just a dynamo. She and I are simpatica because she comes from a family of 13 and I do too. But she's the oldest of 13. So that's a big job, but she feels very responsible, and she would be a great point of contact for you guys. And Eric, I can send you her information, or Liz, I can send you her information.
Okay, because I know some people possibly that could really benefit from that program. Yeah,
please do that. And also, because I can post it, when I post the recording, I can put that in. So people will have access to that information. So just after the show, just send it to me, and I'm going to build that in, because I think it's very important. And, people don't think of it early enough. We live in that fantasy that we are young forever.
Right.
There was this weird song, remember Forever Young? And so we hit suddenly 70, 80, and suddenly we are not as mobile. We are maybe not as mentally agile as we were before, and you need help. And sometimes your family members, they are as surprised as you are.
Mm-hmm.
And so to go and plan early enough, and I think especially, insurance wise, like you said, with 50, you should get that. How do you call that insurance?
Long-term care insurance.
Long-term care insurance. This is very important information, I think.
Yeah, it's good to know your options.
Yeah, mm-hmm. And for younger ladies there, I hope you already have all those insurances.
Have a list.
Yeah, so, because then you can really ride into the sunset.
Yeah, exactly.
Or to the pub, yeah.
Or go to the pub. Well, I don't mind nice company. Anyway, would there be anything additional, you would like, our viewers to know?
Just definitely that it's always good to plan for the future. I think the more that you actually start looking around and start checking out your options, it gives you a better idea about what's important to you, what you want to see in a community. Anytime someone has any questions or they're wanting to get a little more information about the plaza, they're free to give us a call. I'm sure Mary will be sharing our contact information with you. We're more than happy to help facilitate navigating through this senior living option.
Yeah.
Good. Do you guys have any special programs for veterans or no? Does this include veterans?
So in our community, we do have a one-time community fee. So if the resident is interested in moving into the community, we do ask for a one-time community fee of $1,500. So one of the great promotions for veterans is that we waive that community fee for them.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay.
And Liz, I think Liz mentioned earlier something about the aid in attendance, and that is something that's available. It's a little known resource that's available to veterans, whether they live in a community like ours or if they're at home. They can get a particular this benefit if they served, and I think it's from very strict criteria. It's an income-based benefit and also a time served benefit. But we have there was a gal on a meeting I went to this morning that's an expert in that. And so I'll share that information as well.
Okay.
There's a lot of resources out there. A lot.
Okay. Awesome.
Well, thank you so much. And I will post the information. And well, we are going to move to the cellar now, and I hope you got some very valuable information here. And Mary, if you wouldn't mind, to unshare the screen.
Oh, no problem.
No, that's okay. And please, you're invited to stay on, if you want, but I think you do have certain things to do off work, so whoever feels like staying on,
I'll hang out.
Can, and the others just can leave, and we won't take it personally.
Thanks, Liz and Genesis. Thanks so much.
Right. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, Liz.
All right. Well,
Marcella is a designer. It's really, really, she is in your field. So please go ahead and take over.
But thank you. Our next guest is, I hope I say her name correctly, Vasella Detterling, and she's a designer right here in San Diego, and she specializes in tulle. She has some beautiful, beautiful pieces. So welcome, Vasella. Is that correct?
Correct. You're saying it correct. Hello, everybody. My first name is Vasella. Last name is Detterling.
Okay, Detterling.
I know it's hard to say it. I'm not from here originally, but you can tell right away, right?
It's okay. It's quite okay. Could you give us a little background about yourself and how you started in the fashion business?
Yes, of course. I moved into the United States 3 years ago. I'm originally born and raised in Bulgaria. This is a little country in Europe. After I moved here, I struggled a little bit finding a job. So after a year, probably, I decided to open something that I can move with, like a little business that I can move with, because my husband was in the military, was going to be more comfortable with us. So I was looking around. I stopped on these two clothes. But they're very beautiful. Second, with little you can make a lot.
Right.
The fabric is it's very simple. The fabric is very simple, but if you have imaginations, you can make a lot with it. So after that, I focused on this, and it's been already 2 years and a half, and the business is growing, so I'm happy.
Wow, that's awesome. So it looks like you and I had a conversation. So how is the quarantine affecting your business?
Well, I was really surprised because, as like most small business owners, I thought I'm gonna take a hit. I was thinking that just in the midst of in the beginning of my business, everything is gonna quiet down and I'm gonna stop. And it happened quite the opposite, because a lot of my customers were they had to stay at home, right? And all these celebrations that they planned, like their birthdays, weddings, turned into photo shoot. And for
Right.
the items that I offer are perfect for photo shoots. And
Hmm.
they would schedule their team photo shoots for their birthdays, and they'll just purchase one of the dresses, and they'll have fabulous photos to remember with.
Right. Right.
Liz,
So,
shall I, or
mhm.
Stella,
Yeah,
may I just go on your website and then you talk me through it?
of course.
Okay, let's do that. Here we go.
Yes. Uh, so as you can see, you guys to uh, custom made to clothes. This is one of the specialties about my brand, is that everything you order is custom made to order. So when a customer contacted us, and we um, prefer for them to contact us before they order, they're able to build their own dress. They're able
Mhm.
to alter it. If they pick anything from the site, they can change it, change the color, change the sizes, change the whole
Mhm.
model if they want to, and customize it the way they want. Um,
These are absolutely beautiful.
thank you.
Vesela, since you have a niche, this is a beautiful niche. Could you elaborate a little bit about how you just kind of came into creating this style and you have found your niche?
See, that this is interesting because a lot of people would start, their expiring stories with, I had a dream or something like this. Well, when I was thinking about it, I was thinking completely business wise.
Mm-hmm.
I was visiting my country in Bulgaria. I went into a store that was offering one of the most basic two skirts, which is, like circle skirts, one collar, elastic on the waist. And the prices that I saw, that back then they were selling them in my country, is different currency, but still, it was very good. So when I came here to the United States, I made the big research, made the research how much, they sell, how and what is the prices of the fabric as well. And I decided
Right.
that there is something in this.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
this was actually the beginning of my story of two of us. It was completely business wise. I was trying to find a job, trying to find something to support me and my family.
Right.
But since it's grown in something so much more, um, I've I've found something that I really, really, really love to do, and I did
Mm-hmm.
not, because I don't have any education, uh, design education.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I don't have any. And honestly, the only thing that I knew when I started was how to thread my machine back then. Yeah, and since then, I watched a lot of videos, self-taught myself. After
Mhm.
that, the San Diego New Education. It is an amazing program that you can join. It's absolutely free, and you can get certification on different subjects. One of the things that I got certification was sewing. Um,
Okay.
yes.
That's
Uh,
awesome. Yeah,
Something.
it takes a particular skill to work with tulle
Oh
because
my!
it is a difficult fabric,
It
and
is so
I love
difficult.
those pants. The pants, like those are gorgeous. I love those.
Yeah. Well, at certain point you kind of get tired of doing only two skirts, and
Right,
everybody to you tutus, and I don't like that word, because
right,
when somebody says tutus, their mind goes to little kids, and of
right, right.
course I make clothes for little kids as well, but most of the clothes are feminine and therefore women, um, for special occasions. For Yes, yeah, this is one of my hot dresses right now. This is Veronica dress, and
Hmm.
it's very, very popular. Um, People are going crazy ordering in all kind of colors, and I love creating new stuff in different colors. And I can say comfortably that I've never created two dresses that are absolutely the same, and this is amazing for me.
That's that designer in you. Good. That's
Always
awesome.
something
That's
new.
beautiful. I love that. So do you find it, I don't know, your inspiration, how do you hone in?
My inspiration, well, most of the time comes from the my clients, because
Mm-hmm.
time comes with their ideas, with something new, and I love it when they just give me a carte blanche and say, create me something. So if you look into the site, there's one dress called Cotton Candy, and this is one of the examples of my creativity, because the customer came with a team party, Cotton Candy party, and she said, I need to look like cotton candy, and she just said, do what you yes, and actually she
There
didn't
we
even,
go.
yes, this one,
That
she
one?
didn't, yes,
Oh
it's
yeah.
it has a headpiece. It's two parts, skirt and a top, and most of the dresses are very flexible. They're made with elastic, so it's perfect fit for most bodies, because it's, sometimes it's hard to do online altering and creating.
Right, right.
Yeah, but in the end, she saw the outfit in the end just for her party, and she loved it. So most inspiration comes from my customers. They just yeah, with every order.
That's awesome. You have any questions, Eric, for
Oh,
Vesta?
I'm just looking.
I know, me too. They're beautiful. I love those
They're
skirts.
gorgeous. They're gorgeous.
I
You
love
have
that.
you mentioned that you have children. Do you have children?
No, I
I was
don't.
gonna, I was gonna say if you had a little girl, she'd be going crazy over all that.
I bet I would love to dress my little girl one day. Yeah, she will
Oh,
be like model for everything. I just see it.
oh, they're
Uh,
just beautiful.
yes,
Beautiful.
they are. I'll bet you do a lot of mommy and me looks too, right?
Well, actually, I
Um,
haven't done any of these, but I would love to. One of the reasons is the customers are very visual people. So if you
Mm-hmm.
don't have actual um, listing in the site or a picture to show them that you
Mm-hmm.
do this, they will not even ask. And the funny thing is that all the dresses that you see, most of the dresses that I've sold are the colors that you see on the pictures, because they
Uh-huh.
can see the color, so they're like, I like this color. It's hard for them to experiment with something new. But in the future, I have planned to upload more listings and more outfits for mommy and me, and I'm excited
Mm-hmm.
about that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I could totally see that. Beautiful.
Wow, your
Beautiful.
collection is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
thank you.
So where do you see yourself in a few years from now with your business?
Wow. Well, I would love to. I would love to be able to create the same thing that I'm doing right now. The thing right now is that I'm still in the beginning of this of everything, so I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
much doing most of the stuff about the business. I'd love
Mm-hmm.
future to focus on the designing part and just creating
Mm-hmm.
this crazy, funny outfits for different people.
Right.
So basically, have more people to focus on the rest of the business, like paper
Mm-hmm.
work and stuff,
Right.
right? Um, yeah, so I hope in a couple of years I'm there. So this will be a goal for me.
Right, right. It's beautiful. Your pieces are beautiful. And I love your photo shoots and very creative, and the colors are just beautiful. And the amazing things that you have done with Tool is out of this world.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thank you, so nice. Well, my husband will be really glad to hear that, because he is behind the camera all the time. So he'll be really glad to hear that his pictures are getting all
Awesome.
because from me he's getting only directions. No, do this, do that,
Mhm.
right?
oh, you're married. I
I
know how
am married.
that goes.
Mhm. That's why I moved to the United States. Yeah, from Bulgaria 3 years ago.
Sweet.
Right.
So So what was your pre-married and pre-US life?
Wow. Hey, I was a completely different person because I wasn't, but I was a different person. And as you know, the life in Europe is different than the one here in the United States. Absolutely. Um, I was in college back then when we met with my husband. I was, I could say, still a kid. Not that I'm very grown right now, but you know, you're getting grown, and especially when you have something created by yourself and something to take care of, as you know, as a new business, you learn so many new things. So you have to grow with it. It doesn't have any other options. So I really love where I am right now, husband, and be here. I really miss my family though. They're all back in Bulgaria. So I would love to see them when everything is done with all this quarantine, and
Right.
Yeah.
yeah, so I can be traveling back.
Exactly. And another thing I really love, I love that you cater to larger sizes as well. I saw some of that in some of the photos you sent. I love that because that is a group that always gets left out. And they, to me, are the most fashionable, you know, women with the curves, you know, because we as women, we have those curves, you know,
Absolutely.
and we should design for
Hold on, I have
all women.
curves too.
Yeah, you got the shoulders, huh?
Well, I do dresses for everybody. No judge.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I saw
um,
that.
So I will be your first man model. Great.
well, actually, you will not.
I take
I
it.
do have a couple of male models that have been ordering drag queens for their shows. So,
All right.
oh yes,
Wow.
yes,
I can
very popular.
imagine.
I can
Yeah.
always change late in my life, you know. You never.
Oh,
You're
change
such
is
a
good.
chameleon.
Never too bad. I do
Yes.
make clothes for from XS to triple X. So and I want to encourage ladies because a lot of them are some of them are very are scared to try something new like this because the clothes are very,
Mhm.
they're afraid they're gonna look even bigger. It's not true. It's absolutely not true. And when they see a picture of somebody actually wearing it, they can see
Mhm.
that it's not true. And it looks fabulous. It looks amazing. So
Right.
I encourage them to wear stuff like this.
Yeah, that's the hard part is trying to get a customer to, you have to try the piece on, and then once you try it on, you're going to be a believer. That's for sure. You
Yes.
know, sometimes we're, you know, kind of afraid of change, but the photos that that you sent over with the t-shirt with the young lady, with the skirt, it was gorgeous. I love that. And I know she had fun wearing it.
Yes, yes, I'm sure of it. I get a lot of feedbacks that I make them feel like a princesses for one day, like a queen.
Oh,
Right, right,
yes.
Yes,
exactly.
and this like melt my heart because this is something that I've tried to do, you know, to give them empowerment and make them strong and confident because you can not be confident and wear a dress like this.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
Be in the center of everything on the street everywhere when you wear something like this.
Exactly. Because it's definitely a conversation piece, that's for sure.
Oh, yep, yep. Try
Yes.
one time on the street and you make so many friends, so many compliments. I've done
I
it.
bet.
Works. Yeah.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Actually,
Can I ask a quick question?
go ahead.
Just,
Of course.
so where is your shop located? Do you work out of your house or do you have a shop? Is it in San Diego or?
I work here in San Diego, but everything is online.
Oh,
So
right.
if
Okay.
people want to purchase everything, I have uh, Etsy. I started from Etsy. It's
Mm-hmm.
this platform that you can create custom uh, goods. So I started from right now. I have my own site that Eric opened, and we've been looking through it.
Nice. Yeah.
So everything you can find in there or on my Instagram or Facebook page. Yeah,
Okay.
and
Could
contact
you
me.
could you tell us your Instagram information and Facebook or however you want someone to get in contact with you?
Yeah, the name of the brand is Tuves. So you can find us under this name in Facebook, Instagram, tuves.com. You spell
Okay.
it Ullevess. Two comes from the fabric because we are
Mhm.
focusing on the two fabric, and Ves is my name. My whole name is Vesela, but friends call me Vesi, short.
Bessie.
And if I have to be honest, all Americans call me Vesi too because it's very hard for them to pronounce the rest of the name. So two Ves, and you can find us in internet almost everywhere under this name.
All right. That's cool.
You know, Mary, I now I have a question for you.
Oh my.
Oh.
Now it's so weird, and there's always so many things spinning in my head. Um, how dressy are you seniors?
Mm.
You know what's funny is it just really is a wide range. We have some that are, every day they're perfectly coiffed and they wear, their Sunday best, and then there's others that are pretty casual. So it really there's a big range. It's a big range.
Mm.
So how many? Um, okay, all communities together. How many seniors do you have?
For us at the plaza, there's 130, and that breaks down. One side is independent and assisted.
No,
Then
I mean all St. Paul's. I mean,
St. Paul's. Oh, I'm going to guess for the other communities, we're all probably about 450.
I'm starting to set you up here. And you, Vasella, and you, Liz. I'm having like kind of a weird idea here, but
Okay.
say virus is over.
Yay.
So if you take everybody in your community, plus their families, how many people do you have?
Plus their families?
Plus their families. Just give me a number. 800, 900, 1,000?
Probably 900.
Okay.
Woo.
So if you would take your ballroom plus the lawn on the outside, and say we would arrange with the help of Liz and Marcella maybe a senior fashion show.
We would be very interested in that.
All right.
We do a lot of different.
I'm putting it out there. I'm not the guy.
I like
Who
it.
knows? Maybe Marcella talks to me about it of her dresses. I don't know.
We have some very big fashionistas in our communities.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, seniors are. I mean, my auntie, honey, she was so sassy. She would try on some of my clothes, some of my designs, and she would come in the living room. She said, "What do you think? What do you?" I mean, I'm like, "Oh,
my.
here to you." She was just a fashionista. So I know seniors are. They're very fashionable.
So I will tell you, one of the things, and I know Mary very well, and if she would say, hey, this is something doable, you would be amazed how much press you would get.
I get around.
Yeah. Hi, Grandma.
Yep. I am Nana.
I'm a Nana too.
Love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love that idea. And we can just hope and pray that this whole situation is gone fast.
Yes.
Soon.
We don't want to carry this into 2021.
No.
And I think it would be nice for the seniors, to get out. I know you can make the transport happen, which would be the most difficult part, in other cases. But I know we could get a crowd together and, for them to see something totally different and really like an after COVID party.
Yes.
Yeah.
A celebration.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's call it the after COVID celebration. And we know we still have months to go, so we can plan.
Mm-hmm.
But if I can volunteer you, Vasella, and you, Liz, yeah, I know it's the worst. I know, Mary, I don't have to volunteer you.
No, it's a great idea. I love it.
It is. It's a great idea.
We've
You know
done
what?
other fashion shows like this for bully prevention campaigns and other campaigns.
Oh.
I would love to do something like this too.
We've done like a makeup thing with quite a few of our residents. I can't remember the name of the company, but they come and they do a makeover for of our ladies. So this is right up our alley. So
Yeah, that's right up my alley too. I've done makeovers for patients.
oh wow.
Yeah,
I have a question. In the homes, percentage wise, is it more women or men?
Typically more women.
Mhm.
And actually at the plaza, we have quite a few couples. I know you asked about couples earlier, but we have an unusually high number of couples there, but in our other communities, it's mostly women.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. No children though, right? They can't, no children at all.
No, they can come visit certainly, but not live there.
Okay.
Yeah. And we've done a couple fashion shows, one at the plaza and then one up at the Manor that's in Bankers Hill. And it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of divas going.
All right.
Lots of divas. So that's what made it good.
Right. Right. That sounds interesting. Yes.
So
Vesela, do you have anything that you would like to tell us or something that you would like to share?
Well, I have a new line coming. So in the next couple of weeks, we have scheduled photo sessions for 2 Best Soft. This is a new line, and for the fall line. So I just tell everybody that to expect something new, something interesting, and I would love to share it when it's ready.
All right. We look forward to seeing it too.
Thank you for having.
Oh, you're more than welcome. Thank you for being available. We appreciate it. We love to have you on. I love military families and designers.
Combination.
That's me.
I wonder.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, Mary, thank you to you too. Vesela, thank you again.
Yes,
My
thank
pleasure.
you, Mary.
Yeah,
of course, I'll make sure I get that information to you. Yeah.
Okay, please do.
Definitely.
And let's do a follow-up.
I like it. And Vesela, I'd like to get your contact information so I know you guys are putting it at the end, yeah?
Yeah, for sure. Oh, all smile for Lizz's camera.
One more. All right.
The picture in the picture. Always.
Yes.
Well, this was fun, you guys.
Well, thank you so much.
It was a lot of fun.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Take care, guys.
You too.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Are you okay?
All right. We're still live.
Hold on. I just have to. Okay.